Right, some might be surprised to know that your kneecaps aren't there to be knelt on. People think, oh, well, surely that's what they're there for, you know, these big chunky bits of bone to be knelt upon. Now, the thing is that they're not. They're not designed this way at all. They're called a sesamoid bone, and there are several sesamoid bones through your body. And what they do is they sit inside tendons and they try to change the insertional angles into the bones to create more mechanical advantage. So without having a patella, you know, a kneecap, your quads tendon, patella tendon, would therefore insert much more straight down into the tibia, which would create a difficulty and a harder work for your quad to straighten your knee. Because obviously, if you've got a bent knee, you want to bring it forward. So you need a force that's pulling in this sort of direction. Well, if this is the direction with no patella, that's not going to work. So if you go outwards and around and in, then you're creating an angle that goes that direction, which then can straighten your knee. And that's primarily one of the reasons for a sesamoid bone. Now, the other thing is that the areas of your body which are designed to take weight-bearing load, like your heels and your feet, have got fat pads in them. So your heels have got like columns of fat which basically don't disperse. That's why they're built that way. And they're designed as a shock absorber. So because of that, they're built to have this fat pad to protect the heel bone underneath. Now, your kneecap doesn't have this. On the contrary, it has something even more problematic. People might have heard of something called housemaid's knee, and this is basically prepatellar bursitis. Pre means basically before, so in front of the kneecap. On the front of it, you would be surprised to learn there's actually a bursa. Bursa is a fluid-filled sac designed to reduce friction where structures rub across bone, so things like tendons and such like. So this is obviously to stop friction to occur, not weight-bearing load, friction. So if you kneel a lot on that bursa, squashing it against the bone, then you're going to create bursitis, prepatellar bursitis, housemaid's knee. And this is why people who kneel a lot with their lifestyle often can get this problem, hence the word housemaid's knee. So the kneecap, on the contrary, is not designed to be knelt upon. Now, it doesn't mean you can't kneel on it on occasion, but you certainly shouldn't be kneeling on it day in and day out, because you're likely to irritate the bursa. Now, underneath that, you've just got, again, no real cushioning in there. In your main knee joint, your cartilage, like as in your meniscus, is a shock absorber. It's thick, it allows some shock absorption. The articular cartilages, however, are very thin cartilage. They are designed for friction, to reduce friction, not for shock absorption load. So your underside of your kneecap onto your femur in the trochlea is totally not designed for compressive load. If I was to get a person in clinic and press down on their kneecap and move it, it actually is uncomfortable for almost everybody. And this is something which, obviously, if you're doing this as a job where you're kneeling all the time, you're going to irritate the cartilage in the knee and could therefore create more problems and degeneration in the knee. Things like chondromalacia patella or even osteoarthritis over time, but then there is obviously the bursitis elements. So people would say, well, how are you supposed to get onto the floor? Well, this goes back to a previous video where we've just lost the ability to squat and lost the ability to move correctly. At the end of the day, we're designed to get to the floor because as hunter-gatherers, we'd need to wash in rivers and wash things in rivers. So if you knelt on your knees there, your knees would get stones stuck into the skin, so you get cuts and infections which would potentially kill you as a worst case scenario. So you just wouldn't do it. You'd be on your feet, which means you'd be in a squat, like a caveman squat. So effectively, kneeling on your knees is not a great idea, certainly not repetitively. If you're doing it, you need to get yourself better at doing better movements which are more correct to how we're designed to move. So anyway, that's this video for today, and I'll see you next time.